Hello, welcome to this video cast of subscribers to Calton Chew. Well, today we're going to talk about free speech a little bit. First of all, I did a video about the emergency alert. One thing I forgot to mention, and I thought, shit, obviously the video had already been done, and was that, well, going forward, if we have again, no doubt we will, and sadly it probably did happen, that if you a domestic abuse victim, it's not just female, males as well, or abuse of any kind, but that's the most common one. Sometimes abuse victims, they'll have a phone hidden away so they can contact the authorities. If that phone goes off, the partner of that abuse victim is going to find it and go into right energy mode, aggression, into rage, psychopathic, narcissistic rages, whatever rage. Just use that as an example. So just be aware of that. This charge with free speech. Now I don't really watch Tucker Carlson as much, but I know David did. David I got up 5 o'clock every morning and rewatched the Tucker Carlson show, and I've seen bits and clips, and I've seen the other show here there, but and it does say it's interesting things he do as far as they should, but even that has cost him his job. Being fired from Fox. Now, what I want to talk about is these, well, woke narcissists, mainly women, sadly, but it is what it is, celebrating the fact that it's been deleted. Now, David Icke said years ago, and during the pandemic COVID ups, that to the mainstream media, they're going to come for you next, which is happening. And all these people that are saying, yeah, shut him up, shut her up, I don't agree with them, right energy, blah, 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 blah. Well, those people that are now saying this about Tucker Carlson being deleted, obviously 3 years ago, David Icke off YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc., etc. Well, all I can say is they're going to come for you, because the idea is that we're getting to a position that that we don't hear anything that the system don't want us to hear or see. It's about time we got a grip of that, quite frankly, because we're going to be living in a world where, and I mean nothing or anything, you won't even have ghost hunting on YouTube or anything that the system don't want you to hear and see. It'll be very 5 cents reality connecting the human mind to artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence becomes the human mind. I know it sounds so fantastical, but I'm just quoting what they want. You know, it's like people said to David, I can't predict the future. It doesn't. It predicts the agenda. It might look like the future, but it predicts the agenda, what becomes the future, what we're trying to stop happening. The outcome, you see the journey, and we either have free speech for everybody, or it doesn't exist, because free speech means free speech, and I'm like myself, like David Icke, genuine free speech, absolutist. But it is what it is. People claim to be, and then they do the opposite, like this woke lot. Yeah, shut him up, I don't agree, and it's like, David Icke made a point of these people are, obviously, this is my take on it as well, it's like the system, people like the system that they're railing against, because evil genius getting into their heads, and all these people, what they're saying is, you can only have a view on my platform if you agree with me. That's fascism. That's like communist China, but it's happening in the West. It's happening in Britain. It's happening in all those places, because we're allowing it to happen. And, you know, when they're going about racism, sexism, does it exist, like David Icke says? Yeah. Well, more about racism, he said, but he flashed, well, Does it apply racism, sexism, and things, abuse? Yeah. On the scale they say it does, no. But they say, no, Tucker Carlson's being aggressive, he's being racist. It's not. It's just questioning stuff. And it's crossed the line because he's on about transgender and pronouns, and basically he's had enough and questioning the fake vaccine. And he's had enough. And of course the establishment don't like that, so it's like, doesn't matter that he's got the most views on Fox because it's the most dynamic. Still dynamic was on Fox. And that doesn't matter to the global cult as long as you only see what they would see in here. Live life as we tell you to live it. Do as we say. Do as we do this. Right energy this. Do as this. And this took a call to be deleted. It's not a surprise because David has just been watching it for some time. Tick, tock, delete. And so that's what we're seeing. Yeah, he'll find someone else to have another show, but that's not the point. You know, as a journalist, and I think he's both a proper journalist as a lot of them, what claims to be journalists that just repeat the official narrative. He was hearing no further, but it's like not at all now, because we need to be questioning the nature of reality, getting an understanding that yes, we're all one, consciousness of different experiences. We're multidimensional beings, and the world connected, everything's connected through consciousness, and all of that. But we're not going to be able to do that if we keep shutting down free speech. And the worst kind of censorship is self-censorship. It's like a lot of people have these YouTube channels or whatever, and they're like, I don't have to say Jamie that's download. His youngest, his son, who's sort of iconic. I dare this. I don't do this. The idea of me having iconic, the idea. A bit tired this morning. Fell asleep in chair here. The idea of me having these platforms like YouTube, BitChute, and now Rumble is so I can speak my mind. I do it with a lot of other people, but sometimes with friends or family, particular family members, it can get obviously confrontational. There's a lot more open-minded than there was. But it's just about putting out information and sharing ideas. Free thought, imagination, and opinion. Which is what they want to shut down. So all these people that are celebrating Tucker Carlson being shut down, they could be for you next to shut you down. And, you know, you want support. But where were you supporting Tucker Carlson, David Icke, even myself? Not that I want it, I'm using it as an example, or they want it. I'm using it as an example, right? Karma's a bitch, it's coming your way to the world if you don't get your house in order. And we stop fighting amongst ourselves, like saying the paranormal. The paranormal, ghost hunting, virtual reality, spirituality, call it what you will. It should be about understanding that there's life after death, or life after life, or the continuation of life, as I call it, and understanding the nature of reality, that we're all connected through one consciousness, that we're all one consciousness of different experiences. So it's okay, egos coming in, big egos, big this, big I am, big this, and I'm a bigger team than you. No, my dad's bigger than your dad. No, I speak the truth, you're wrong. No, they're lying. He said, she said, blah, blah. It's like, find amongst yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because this esoteric stuff, ghost, paranormal, it's very real. And I'm not just saying that to sound big-headed, The global cult that I'm exposing and David Icke's been exposing for 30 odd years, they know all this exists. They know ghosts exist, they know that's what they're tuned into, demonic consciousness. They know that demons exist, they know spirits, they know the naturality ways that will connect to, like, quantum physics is no, I've talked about before, partners, everything's connected, you know, we think we see everything supposed to be looking at, we're not, they know all this. And they're manipulated DNA, so we don't perceive all this. So that's how I come to my conclusions. So I do like good ghosts. Sometimes it fascinates me. But I don't need to go to oh my god and prove it. I can do it a different way and say, well, look over here, look at what they're hiding. You know. But let's still go out and have fun with it and keep that interaction going. Because playing my dad's bigger than your dad isn't very good. I know I've gone off at a tangent here. But it all ties into free speech. And I'm not being aggressive, I'm not shouting, I'm not calling anybody. I'm calling out the nonsense for what it is. And now we all here really, I agree with David Icke, to bring this nonsense to an end. It's whether we realise it or not. It's about coming together, realising that that there is a force trying to enslave us more and more, trying to control us because we allow it. But it's about not awake, you're waking in this process to the realisation of truth that we don't live in a solid world. There's also something as physical, solid. We're all made up of atoms have no solidity, and that we live forever in the world of consciousness and different experiences. It should really all be about that, and bring this nonsense to an end, and not acquiescing, not cooperating. Because if I look at myself, these entities feed of energy. And I understand people being skeptical, but like I've said before, you need creativity. People approach ghosts to spirituality with left-sided brain, and it's like, is it this, and it's like they're in an eddy. They're in an eddy within that river. They're in an eddy. They're in an eddy. They're in an eddy, spinning round and round and round. I don't understand it because it manipulations as it goes on. But look at the hidden knowledge and look at why they hide it and control everybody. And all these spiritual gifts that, astral protection, which protect with his mind, any type of spirituality, is a gift that should be explored. And if I was a parent, and my son or daughter comes to me and says, Daddy, I've seen a ghost, I'd be like, alright, sweetheart, alright, darling, alright, love what. Let's, Daddy will go see what's going on. So I don't dismiss people, but it's natural as a communicating with something high dimensional. It usually is that, to be fair. Though demons trying to have children as well, but usually it's something I saw loved one that's passed on, or some type of spirit guide. Gone for a right tangent here. So, but that's just, I'm passionate about it. But back in the ancient world, it's still now what I'm going to say. Science and spirituality were always one. Back to what I said about Tucker Carlson. And people are attacking him, saying he's calling them all names under the sun, which just aren't true. To big up himself, which is narcissistic personality disorder. It's on a mass scale. So, I reiterate, all you woke people, you think you're so good and so righteous and, we're better. Well, we're all one consciousness and different experiences. But as I said, they are, if they are, they're coming for you next to silence you. So, it's about time we got a grip of that. Very fact. Like I said, I'm very sleepy today. But I fancied doing a video. I'm just having a chat, really. Like I say, I'm a beacon for this, not pretty simply David Icke information, but it's just information in the end. We have to include all of these facets in there. Otherwise, we're just not going to be able to move forward as a society. And if we just self-censor and trying to silence each other, well, it's like that played. Who said it now? Man's gone blank. But it's that first they come for the Jews. I'm not a Jew, I did nothing. Then they came for the communists, was not communists, I did nothing. Then they come for the Christian, or not Christian, I did nothing. Then they come for something else, I did nothing. They come for me, and there's no one left to speak out for me. Well, that's the road we're going down. We have been for some time. Because David has played that for many years, and said it for many years. But we're getting closer now. We need to stop swimming in this eddy and just flow naturally with the river. And let's, two things. This awakening process, realise that we're all infinite consciousness, we're all one consciousness of different experiences. There's no such thing as death, life is only a dream, and with our imagination of ourselves, and that's as bad as it gets. And stop acquiescing, stop cooperating with it. And then, I know it sounds simplistic, but large enough numbers are we free. But we need to start doing it before it's too late. And we have left it late in the day, but there is still time. And I'm going to leave it there because I'm tired. Alright, take care. Love everybody, love you all. Love everybody. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye.